Heavy smoke from those Canadian wildfires is drifting across the border into the United States, engulfing some of that country's biggest cities. Take a look at this time lapse in New Jersey, and that is the stadium where the World Cup final is set to take place this Sunday. It almost disappears from view in those smoke-filled skies. The stadium is set to host more than 80,000 fans, but the air quality is now raising questions ahead of the big game. And let's go now to Steve Futterman, who is in New York City's Times Square. He's been tracking the latest developments in the region. Good to see you, Steve.
Great to see you, Chris.
Tell me, what is it like where you are right now?
Well, I can see it. I can smell it. It is still here, this haze that has sort of been engulfing these beautiful skyscrapers, the New York skyline, and it will continue today. Now, the main reason we're having it hit here and in other cities, it's a combination. Obviously, the smoke has come in, but we're having very high temperatures, and the smoke is being trapped by a heat dome and forcing it closer to the surface. And that is really the big problem right now. It's this combination. And it's not just here in New York. Let's take a little tour of some of the other cities. Let's look at Chicago first. Now, this is where the home of skyscrapers, they always say, and you can see the impact there. And a bit to the east in Motown, in Detroit, also, it's just a very, very tough situation. And you can see back here in New York as well. And of course, other cities being impacted, Washington, Philadelphia, along the East Coast, in the Midwest, many cities being impacted. Now, some American lawmakers have been critical of the Canadian government for its wildfire management. This is John James. He's a Republican representative. He represents the area just north of Detroit. Take a listen.
And the Canadians lecture us about climate change. Meanwhile, they are not doing the least of what's required to manage their own forestry, and it's causing health concerns.
And you can see it again. This is the live shot of New York right now. Now, Chris, in 2023, there was also an incident similar to this, a situation, they call it the orange haze. It was much worse than this. It caused a ground level cancellation at New York's LaGuardia Airport. All flights coming in were halted. Some baseball games were canceled. We've not reached that level yet, but obviously officials are concerned.
And Steve, you are a skip, hop, and a jump from East Rutherford, New Jersey, where the World Cup final is being played on Sunday. Any concerns about the impact of the smoke on the big game?
Yeah, well, there is concern. I mean, FIFA is playing it down as much as it can, but there's obviously concern. The good news is there's another weather system expected today and tomorrow that should lift the heat dome, sort of push some of the smoke out, so the conditions should be better on Sunday. But it is certainly a concern. Now, we don't know if any of the players on the Spanish team or the Argentine team suffer from asthma. A very prominent football soccer star years ago, David Beckham, he did come out publicly and talk about his asthma conditions. If a player has asthma conditions, this could cause a major impact in his endurance and possibly health. Right now, the health situation here in New York is being called dangerous. In places like Chicago, it's being called unhealthy. Again, the forecast is somewhat optimistic, saying that the levels of smoke should be reduced by Sunday.
All right, appreciate that report, Steve. Steve Futterman reporting from Times Square in the heart of Manhattan.